Hello everyone and welcome back to another Resident Evil 3 Remake video. This time around, folks, I have something even more important to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? Now, in my previous video, I did a poll. And I asked you guys, which I really appreciate you guys kind of participating in this poll, but I asked you guys, which game would you like to see Capcom remake next? And the results are in. Resident Evil 3 did win. However, with that said, it wasn't by much, as you can see here. And can you imagine if we were to take the results of this poll to Capcom and say, hey, look, Capcom, this is clearly what the Resident Evil community wants to see next after Resident Evil 2. They pick up the sheet of paper, they look at it and say, Godzilla! I'm kidding. But really, honestly, it would be a tricky situation for Capcom to look at the results of this poll and then to move forward on that. You know what I mean? Since the poll is so close. Now, luckily, this isn't an official Capcom poll or anything like that. This is just a little poll that I did for fun based off of my Resident Evil community here. And we had a lot of fun doing it. However, with that said, I do think it speaks volumes to where the Resident Evil community stands. And again, I think it reiterates that fact that Resident Evil 3 is that game that does get swept under the rug, and it's really unfortunate. Code Veronica has already been remastered, officially. It's a native 1080p on PS4 and even more platforms than that. So if there's any game, on a technical standpoint anyway, that deserves to be remade, reimagined, or at the very least remastered, it's Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. But yet you still have some people saying out there, Code Veronica is so much better, and Resident Evil 3, Michael, is this spin-off game that just doesn't deserve a full-blown remake. Okay, cool, if that's how you feel, great. But we love Resident Evil 3. And we want Capcom to do it justice, you know? So let me ask you this. Let's assume that Capcom, after Resident Evil 2, and after Resident Evil 2 is this huge success, they move forward with the idea of something happening with Resident Evil 3. What would you like to see them do with Resident Evil 3? Should Resident Evil 3 just be this DLC counterpart? Companion to Resident Evil 2? Or should Resident Evil 3 be a full-blown reimagining? I'll put a link down below to the poll if you want to vote. Again, it's just for fun, but I really do appreciate all of you kind of coming together and discussing the future of Resident Evil because, well, it's not only fun, but it's interesting to see where the Resident Evil community stands and truly what they would like to see next after Resident Evil 2. But that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video and you're new here, please consider subscribing for more Resident Evil coverage. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.